Good evening. This is Luis Lopez, and this is week four's discussion forum of the ethics and laws course. And during this week, we read chapter four, and we read about among other things we talk about curriculum and things that you can or cannot do with that curriculum. This chapter also talks about materials that you can bring to the classroom, and with that, this chapter talks about copyright materials. So, in this week, I'm gonna tell you things that I will do with my faculty. As a teacher, we always want to bring a rich in content lesson. We want a lesson that has that multiple materials, different materials, especially materials that are and content that can relate to our kids. So, for example, like the professor mentioned, language arts teacher. I'm a language arts teacher, so we when we have to teach lessons like poetry, we actually bring material that is copyright. For example, when I was a language arts teacher in high school, in during that lesson on poetry, I will bring songs. I will bring a song, the lyrics of that song to teach metric and to teach figurative language. And I will also ask my students to bring their favorites song lyrics to work with those in the classroom. So when I look at this, when I read this chapter, I was kind of worried because I was thinking I might have broken some of the parameters of this law. So, but if I was doing, if I was, if I was a principal, the best way to present this is through a meeting. Is through direct communication with those teachers. So I will have a meeting, and in that meeting we will have a PowerPoint presentation. And when it comes to law, this PowerPoint presentation will be specific. No, I won't be giving my take on the law. I will show the law, and we will discuss the law. It won't be my opinion about the law. It won't be the teacher's opinion about the law. It will be what is stated on the law. One good thing that we can use is that chart on page 82, and that chart is very specific. It even give us number of words that we can have in the different materials that we can, the different copyright materials that we can use in the classroom. So I would just, as a principal, you have to be, you have to know, you have to know a lot. You have to be knowledge able, but you have to also share that knowledge with your faculty. So, like I said again, I will have a meeting with the faculty, and we will, we will talk about the law, the specific law, and we will talk about the specifics when it comes to the material that you can bring to the classroom. So the material that I will use, I'm gonna post it along with this video, but like I say, it's very important. It's very important to know the law, because, like I said before, sometimes, reading this chapter, not only this one, but reading the other chapters, I kind of look back and think about about things that happened in the classroom before, and the way I handled those things, and I was I didn't break any laws, but I was close to. So we got to be careful, and we have to share again. We have to share this knowledge, and the the best way to do so is to have direct communication with those teachers. Now we in during that meeting, I will also bring examples on how to how to use copyright materials. I might ask somebody, I might have somebody, I might talk to a faculty member in advance. We will talk about this law, and I might have that faculty member modeling a class to the rest to the rest of the staff. So because sometimes we need to see, we need to look, we need to have an example, a model. So I will bring examples on how to use the different materials, and how to go about the uh, different parts of this law. For example, the brevity, the points not being more than 250 words, and the copying. Who's making the copies? What are we using those copies for? Are we using these copies to enhance the material that we already have in the classroom, or are we just copying? Just copying and using this material as the sole uh, content of the class. So we have to talk to the teachers about that, about this, and we have to be specific. We have to be very specific with it.